What I hear back and all the rants that I may be going on and going back and forth with people is not that they disagree, not that they have another opinion, not that there's some different thought process. No, there's something wrong with me. Now, there has to be something wrong with you if you don't think our way. That's what I see on Facebook and on the left. And I'll tell you what I really should be thinking about is I'm scared. I am scared with everything I see and hear coming out policy-wise. So I know I'm not crazy. And I know everybody out there who might like Trump, because if you like Trump, they think you're crazy.
Yeah.
You have something wrong with you. But I'm actually scared. I went to the U.S. Open last night, as I mentioned. There was the anti-terrorist force was there. Police were there in big numbers. You hear about all of these threats. You know they came through the borders because of their open border policies, which are absolutely ridiculous. But what has happened is I'm actually scared. I went to a venue and I'm thinking, you know what? I shouldn't be nervous being here. But I am, because they let every lunatic in the world in. What happened in Aurora, Colorado today?
We talked about it last night on the show.
So think about that. That's another part of being scared in your own town. Then you look at $150,000 no interest loans for illegals to get houses. Okay, well, what about our veterans? What about the rest of it? What about us? I'm scared that there's no us anymore. There's just a them. And the them are illegals. The them are all these people they let in so they can get them to vote for them. Free education to illegals. They get a stipend. All of this stuff for illegals. It turns me from, I know I'm not crazy, but I am scared. And I think that's sort of the rant I've been on, because that is a narrative that I keep hearing. If I get into a battle with someone about immigration, for instance, on Facebook, and I do, I'm out there. Anybody who knows me knows I'm out there doing that because I can't stand things that just don't make sense and aren't right. The response is a judgmental view of what a lunatic I must be. I have to be a racist, probably a white supremacist, and there's something mentally wrong with you. And I take this abuse and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me, but I'm scared. You should be scared too. Yeah. Well, that's my rant.
Well, to that point, and we've talked a lot about it on this show, that there's something wrong with you. It goes the same with as they play class warfare and economic warfare between classes, and they say if you're succeeding, well, someone else has got to be failing,
right? And
you're responsible for it. And then they always have to they play that game as well. Plus, we always talk about how they've got to they've got to tell you how bad today is to tell you that they'll make tomorrow better if you just vote for them.
Yeah.
And it's all right out of the, where you want to say it's Cloward and Piven or out of the Marxist handbook. All of these things are right out of that.
It is page by page.
Yeah. And unfortunately, like you were saying, Ben, you go to these events and you got to keep your head on a swivel because you don't know where something could be coming from. And that's sad to think about, especially when I used to live in New York City back in the early 2000s. Felt safe at any hour of the day. It was amazing. Now, I don't even want to go near it because even during the daylight hours, you gotta, kind of keep your head on a swivel and feel like, man, I don't know where something could be coming from.
When they let in as many terrorists as they let in, 9/11, we lived through it. We're old enough to have gone through that. I have a daughter that was very little during that time. She doesn't know, what really happened. And we didn't know. All those lunatics were out there trying to learn how to fly planes.
Right.
Afterwards, we find out what's happening. What we got going on now is insane, and they caused it.
Yeah,
they did it,
and it's 1,000 times worse.
Yeah,
that's the scary part. It probably is 1,000 times worse.